First of all, thanks for being part of this video. In this topic, we are going to see a part 1 of percentages. First of all, we are going to see the basic introduction of the percentages. What actually the percentages means is, if we see a percentage symbol, what it means is 1 divided by 100. So what it means is x percentage is nothing but x by 100. So example, 20 percentage means nothing but 20 by 100. This is what percentages, basic definition. And this is the basic introduction part. After completing this basic introduction part, you must need to watch the remaining parts also to attain clarification about percentages. Now let's go for further details. Let's take what is 40 percentage means 40 divided by 100, which is 4 by 10, which is nothing but 2 by 5. Now we are going to see a very basic question of percentages. 36 is what percentage of 600? First, we need to know the terminology is what percentage of. Here, first we write 36 as direct. Is nothing but equals to what means x. Percentage means divided by 100. Of means into 600. Here 600. This is what the actual meaning of this question. So here x will be 36 divided by 600 into 100. So we get 6 as our answer. So what the answer is, 36 is 6% of 600. What actually it means is, in 600, 10 percentage value will be 60. This is 10 percentage value. So 1 percentage value will be 6. So 36, we need to get 36. 1 percentage value is 36. We need to get 36. What is the percentage? 6 times is our answer. So our answer is 6 percentage. So this is the basic method and this is mind calculations method. Okay, first we need to learn some mind calculations of percentages. Let's take an example of 4800. What is 10% of 4800? Which is nothing but leaving a zero, leaving one digit at the right side and placing a point is the value of 10%, which is nothing but 480 is our answer. So what is 1 percentage value? 10 percentage value is 480. 1 percentage value means we are leaving 2 digits in the right side and placing a point. So what we left is 48. 48 is our 1 percentage value. From these two we can calculate many things. 2 percentage, it is nothing but 1 percentage value is 48. 2 percentage will be 1 percentage into 2. So 48 into 2, which will be 96 is the answer for 2 percentage. Okay, we can also find 3 percentage value, which is nothing but 48 3 times. 1 percentage value is 48. 3 percentage is nothing but 48 into 3. 3 8 times 24, 3 4 times 12, and 2 144. So this is how we calculate percentages for a given number. And we also calculate 10 percentage value is 480. 20 percentage value is 480 into 2, which will be 960. And we can able to calculate 5 percentage value also by dividing 10 percentage value 480 by 2. We get 5 percentage value 240. Okay, this is how we find percentages of a given number. Let us see another example. 3650. What is 5 percentage value? I know 10 percentage value is 365 because I am leaving a digit and the remaining the numbers are 10 percentage value. 10 percentage half will be 5 percentage. So half of this one, 182.5, will be 5% of this one. Okay. What is 20 percentage? 10 percentage value is 365. 20 percentage value is 365 into 2 times. So 365 2 times will be 730. This is how we calculate the percentages. We have 20 percentage value is 73. Then what is 2 percentage value? It will be 73 from that above question. 73 will be the answer for 2%. 2% of 3650 will be 73. Now we are going to see percentages to fractions and fractions to percentages. Let's see what is 50% value. 50% is nothing but 50 divided by 100. What I said is 50 percentage. Percentage means divided by 100. We get 1 by 2. So we got fraction. Here, if we have a half fraction, we need to convert it into percentage, means then we need to multiply with 100. We get 50%. So 50% is fraction value is half fraction value becomes 50%. So by this, if we have 25%, which is nothing but 25 divided by 100, so it will be 1/4. What if we have 1/4 fraction? What will be the percentage? Means we multiply this with 100, we get 25%. So it is clear that percentages to fractions and fractions to percentages are vice versa. Okay, percentages to fractions and fractions to percentages are vice versa. See this one, 25% is nothing but 1/4. 1/4 is nothing but 25%. Okay, now we need to learn some table of percentages to fractions. Let's see the table. The table of fractions to percentages. 1 is nothing but 100%. Half is nothing but 50%. 1/3 is nothing but 33.33%. 1/4 is nothing but 25%. 1/5, which will be 20%. 1/6. How to remember 1/6 value is 6 here, 1 here. 16.6 means I place 66 here. This is how I remember. If I see 16.66, I place 1 on the top, 6 on the below. This is how I remember this fraction to percentage value. Let's see 1/7. 1/7 fraction value will be 14.28%. How I remember this one is 7 2 times will be 14, 7 4 times will be 28. This is how I remember this one. If I see 14 and 28, I remember these two are in 7 table, so I write 1 by 7. This is how I remember. Let's see 1 by 8. 1 by 8, this 1 by 8 is nothing but half of 1/4. 1/4 value is 25%. Half of 1/4 is 1 by 8. So half of 25% is nothing but 12.5%. Okay. Let's see 19. This is 19 fraction value. 2% is nothing but 11.11 percentage. 1 by 9 becomes 11.11%. But 1 by 11 becomes 9.09%. These seems like a reverse of each other. Okay. 1/10 value, we all know that 110 is nothing but 10%. Okay, first we need to know this table. One fraction value of 1 is 100 percentage, half is nothing but 50 percentage, 33.33 percentage is nothing but 1/3, 25% is nothing but 1/4, 20% is 1/5, 16.66 percentage is 1/6, 14.28 percentage is 1/7, 12.5 percentage is 1 by 8, 11.11% is nothing but 1 by 9, 10 percentage is nothing but 1 by 10, and 9.09 percentage is 1 by 11. Now we are going to see some examples according to this table. Let's see what is 33.33 percentage of 180. Here in our table 33.33 percentage is nothing but 1/3. So in the place of 33.33 percentage we can write 1/3 of means I said it as into 180. Answer will be 60. Let's see one more example. 14.28 percentage of 350. I already said that if I see 14 and 28 percentage, I remember this as these are in 7 table. So 1 by 7 is the fraction of this one into 350. 750 times will be the answer for this one. Let's see one more example of 16.66 percentage of 360. I already discussed that 16.66 percentage is nothing but 1 by 6. Instead of this one, we can write 1 by 6 here into 360. We get 60 as our answer. Okay. So this table is very useful. So we need to by heart this table. We need to by heart not only up to 1 by 1 to 1 by 10. We need to by heart 1 by 1 to 1 by 20 up to 1 by 20. I will give you the full table of this one here. Now we are going to see another basic concept in this percentages is x is increased by certain percentage, then we find the new value of the x. Let's understand with an example. X is increased by 50 percentage, then new value of x is nothing but 50 percentage is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 increased means we add 1 to this one, we get 3 by 2 for x, 3 by 2 of x. So our new value will be 3 by 2 x. Let us understand this concept with the numbers. If we have 200 and said that it is increased by 20 percentage, then find the value. Here it is x, then find the new value of x. Here 20 percentage is given, 20 percentage increased. 20 percentage is nothing but 1/5. 1/5 increased means we add 1 to 5, we get 6/5 for the value of 200. 5 40 times, we get 6, 4 times 2 4 and 0. This is the answer what we get. The new value of x is 240. This is basic traditional method. For mind calculations method, the value is 200. 20 percentage increased, we know that 10 percentage value is 20. 20 percentage value will be 40. Increased means we add 40 to the given number, we get 240. This is what we do in mind calculations. What we do is the same of a traditional method, but we'll go directly with the percentage here. Let's see another example of mind calculations. If we have 3600 is increased by 25 percentage, we know that 25 percentage means 1/4 of 3600 will be 900. So increased, I said that 25 percentage increased means sum of these two, 36900, 3600 plus 900, which will be 4500. Let's see another example. 720 is increased by 10 percentage, then 10 percentage value is 72. Increased means 720 plus 72, 297. This is the answer. Okay, this is mind calculation and this is traditional method. Now we have completed the topic of increased by certain percentage. There must be decreased by certain percentage is also a topic. Certain percentage in this concept. In increased concept, we add the value of the top one to the denominator and place it on the top. But if we see decreased, then we'll do subtract. For an example, 25 percentage decreased means the fraction value will be 1/4. Decreased means subtracting 1 from 4, we get 3 and we place 4 as it is. Okay, for mind calculations, let's see with an example. Let's take 100 as a value. 25 percentage decreased means 25 percentage of 100 is nothing but 25. Decreased means we'll subtract 75 is our answer. Let's take 250 is the value. 10 percentage decreased, then what is 10 percentage of 250? 25. Decreased means we'll subtract, we get 225. This is the answer. If you want to do in traditional method, the 250 is x value. 10 percentage increased means 10 percentage is nothing but 1/10. Decreased, here decreased. 10 percentage value means 1/10. Decreased means we'll subtract 1 from 10, we get 9/10 of 250 into 250. 10 25 times. Okay, 9 25 times will be 225. This is the traditional method. This is mind calculation method. By this, we have completed our part 1 concept of percentages. The next concept, the part 2, is full of questions, and we are going to solve those questions using this basic part 1 concept. So please don't forget to watch the upcoming parts of this percentages. Thanks for being here in this channel. If you are new to my channel, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.